Good morning and welcome to 9 at 9 for this Thursday. We are glad that you are here. Thanks for being part of our journey together as we continue to unpack this passage in 2 Timothy where Paul is instructing and encouraging Timothy to be able to stay away from quarreling, but to be able to present the faith in a gentle way. In fact, it is kind of interesting that Paul tells Timothy in this passage, be able to argue or debate or share with your enemies, your opponents, with gentleness. Now, when you talk about evangelism, gentleness is probably not a word that comes to mind. We have all of these kind of images in our head about an evangelist. He's always slinging sweat from the pulpit, holding people over hell like a marshmallow, veins popping in his neck and forehead as he tells people how it will be if they don't accept Jesus Christ right then. Or somebody who is radically confronting a friend, laying out all of the reasons why there's a God and why the God of the Bible is the only God and making a compelling case. I think Paul's right. I think most people are doing the best they can with what they know. People come from all kind of backgrounds, from all kind of experiences, from all kind of families. And sometimes, honestly, believing in God is very hard. Let me remind you of a story I tell you often. I grew up with a great dad. My dad passed away in 2012, and honestly, I've missed him every day. But I learned a lot from my dad. And one of the things about the Bible is that it says God loves you like a father, just more. So me making that jump from how my dad loves me to how God loves me wasn't hard. But I know a lot of people who do not have a good relationship with their dad. Their dad was an alcoholic, their dad was gone, their dad was abusive. And so when you say that God loves them like their dad loves them, then boy, that freaks them out. So I think this is what Paul is talking about. Understand your opponent's story. Understand that most of the time, anger is a cover for woundedness. They're hurting. They don't know how to tell you. So they are fighting to protect something. Something important is threatened. So they're pushing back, and they're pushing back hard. But if you can stay in that conversation with gentleness and authentic love for the other person, even if they're your opponent, then you're going to hear probably a different story about how they've tried to make things work and just can't, about how somebody hurt them or betrayed them. And then from there, you're going to be able to tell the gospel story. It will be a new opening, a kind of a side door that they will open for you to come in and tell them about who Jesus is. But if your point is to win the argument, the only thing you will do is win the argument. You heard the old story, you won the battle and lost the war. That's it. You won the argument, but lost your friend. Lost the opportunity to stay in conversation with your opponent. So this week, as you have the opportunity for gospel conversations, remember, do it with authentic love for your opponent, for whoever you're talking to, and gentleness. Understanding that the pain that is showing itself in anger is a real pain that you will get the privilege to hear and understand if you do not fight with them. So, make your case with gentleness. Can you do that? Think about it. I'll give you about 60 seconds and I'll see you tomorrow.